next step is to lower the e-brake, or at least that's the next step I'm going to get involved with since I have the seats off already. Just have more room, and I did the electrical on it, installed the new inverter. This bracket comes from Alpine Mechanisms, and this lowers the bracket out of the way. You can probably see that it is up above the pedestal, and it would hit, obviously the mechanism would hit, so everything has to get lowered, and the screws come in the hardware bag. So according to the instructions, I have to remove the plastic piece and lower the brake cable. It says to use some kind of lube. I'll probably end up using some dish soap to pass it through, and then reinstall it. Cut the bottom of the plastic piece, and then the top also where it hits. Okay. Hardest part about that was there is a little nodule that fits. I don't know if you can see that, and that fits into this right here. So I ended up having to use some needle nose pliers to pop it out. I disconnected the two brake cable wires that were in the back here and here, and that ended up giving me access to be able to flip the emergency brake on both sides. Yeah, it just fits on. If you can see, there's a little space in this lip here, and that just rides over the top. So all right, next thing to do will be to remove these two bolts here. Okay, it is a 5/8. Okay, so it's an H6 for the bolts that came with the lowering bracket, and you need to tighten it to 35 foot-pounds of torque. So I will do that now. Let that drain in there for a second. I might do is I might actually have you push down a little bit, and I'll pull it underneath the rig.
You got it. Yeah, hold on. You might be a little bit lower. Yeah, now the plastic's in the way.
Easiest way that I've found, I tried it with a razor blade and a couple other things, and I have a coping saw with a fine blade on it, and it seems to cut through fairly easily. Going? Oh, yeah.
Is it done?
No. I gotta go underneath and everything.
Like there's something else going on?
It's just everything. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Just trying to figure it out. Yeah. No, I don't need help. I just need. Yeah. Okay, this is where the cable comes through, and obviously this grommet came out, so I have to rework that and get that up in there. You don't, it's right now, it's sitting right on the metal, and you can see there's some of the casing got scratched up in the back, so I have to reinstall the grommet. Okay, so I had to pull down the cable, and you can see it's still popping out. So what I have to do is push it and slide the grommet in, and then I'm going to go test it up top and move it back and forth a little bit and see if it still works. Okay, so I played with it a little bit, and it seems to be staying in. I definitely had to torque the cable housing to get it to sit in there, but I can engage the parking brake now, and it does not seem to be coming out. So next step is to cut the back piece so that that works. As you can see, that did fairly well on it, so I'll just use some sandpaper on the bottom to get it nice, and the edges are a little scuffy, so you can probably see that in there. So I will get some sandpaper and do that, and then reinstall it. Okay, I did forget that you have to cut the back side where you installed the new bracket on, so I marked that, and I will cut that with the scroll saw too, the coping saw, and then hopefully it'll fit. Okay, as you can see in there, there's these tabs right there that need to be cut down parallel to the outside edge. So the only way to really do that is with a knife. So I will do that. Ooh. All right, so after a bunch of back and forth and cutting, fitting in place, cutting again, the e-brake is done. So you can see that that has to be cut a little bit bigger, so when you lift it, it stops there, and then as you put it down, it goes. I also purchased the Mercedes-Benz floor mats, so those also had to be cut. You can see I cut them here and on the inside also. Okay, so I'm underneath the van, and the grommet would not stay in place. There was just there's a lot of tension and torque on the brake cable housing, so I ended up having to cut this on both sides so that it would sit in place. Once you get closer in, if you pull that grommet out, you'll see that there it goes in about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So that part isn't cut, and I'm not super worried about it because I'm going to be fluid filming the entire underneath. And if you look, there's another spot that goes right up in also. So, but overall, that was it. But yeah, the hardest part is essentially going back and forth and getting it to fit. It takes a while, but just take your time and persevere, and listen to some Yanni or whatever the heck you need to to get yourself through it.